Well, here's a story you probably didn't expect. um, so yeah, you might be wondering, Carnage, what is the inspiration for these stories? Well, often me and my sister likes to call me and tell me what's up. It reminds me of our stories. Now, this story is kind of crazy. I remember, uh, and she always telling me like what kind of foods we always liked as a child and stuff like that. So the story I'm about to tell is pretty not as intense as the last story I mentioned on here, but it's kind of like right there, kind of like in the mild portion of that story. So yeah, so the hold on, well I thought I got a text. So this, so yeah, my oh my god, and my sister reminded me of the time that our house almost burnt down. Well, it did burn down, but we almost died in it. So, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because, man, I remember in 2020 there was like those forest fires, and mind you, California is one of the most. I think it's either California. I think it was. That's one of the most popular states that has, well, not popular, but it has those. It's like those. It's a state that has like all the forest fires. I don't know. So it was me, my parents, and my sister, and I think one of my cousins were there. I have a lot of cousins, so the East family is just uh, we like to expand. That didn't sound right, but anyway, yeah, I think we were having like a little family get together, and remember when I mentioned my uncle that we disowned in the last story, and then doing in my Christmas video, with my Christmas story video? Yeah, uh, he was not involved, so you don't have to worry. He, it was five of us in the house. It was me, my sister, both of my parents, and my cousin Liam. No, not Liam. It was someone else, not Liam. Um, Liam is Sophie's ex boyfriend. Um, yeah, it was me, Linda, both of my parents, and my cousin Adrian. I think it was Adrian. If you're watching this, shout out to you, man. Uh, so my dad was in charge of making the food. I don't remember what kind of food he was making. So I think it's like typical food you would make in a family get together, I guess, whatever the case may be. He, my mom, oh my god, she always puts dad in charge of making the food while me, my sister, her, and my cousin Adrian would, like, after like we go to the store and pick up the stuff for the family get together. And you're wondering who was there, it was my grandparents on my dad's side, my grandparents on my mom's side, my aunts on my aunts on my dad's side, because my dad is the only boy. My dad has like two younger sisters, who are my aunts, and my mom, and the aunt on my mom's side of the family. So my mom is the first oldest, and my aunt is on my mom's side is the second one to be born. So yeah, both grandparents on both sides, aunts on my dad's side, two aunts on my dad's side, and my aunt on my mom's side. The reason why, I think I mentioned that my uncle we disowned was my mom's. The uncle on my dad's side was the one we disowned. I had an uncle on my mom's side, but that's a whole other story. It wasn't as bad as the one, as he's not. That uncle on my mom's side, he's a whole lot better than the uncle on my dad's side, who I'll get it. The uncle on my mom's side, who I'll get into in a minute, he's an awesome dude. Maybe I'll talk about him in a future story. But he, both my dad and he always like considered each other as brothers and stuff like that. So it was all of us in the house, and I think another one of my cousins were there too. It was Liam, and I think it was Peter. I don't know. I haven't seen him. I haven't seen both of my cousins in years, so I might forget their names. So if their names are not Adrian and Peter, then I apologize. They both have an A and a P in their name. Anyway, I think me, my sister, and my two cousins were like in the backyard playing, and the other grown-ups were like in the living room watching TV, and my dad was cooking, and my uncle on my mom's side was helping him. And the 1 minute my dad went to the bathroom, my uncle was supposed to keep an eye on the food, but my uncle, poor guy, he had narcolepsy. I'm pretty sure he cured it by now, but he had narcolepsy and he always falls asleep. I don't know what kind of the name it is, but anyway, the grease somehow went into the oven. The oven was on fire, eventually getting on top of the stove that was on fire. My dad runs out, sees the fire, they got everyone in the backyard, and luckily, only the stove exploded, and the entire house didn't, surprisingly. I don't know how it didn't. And we went back in, and the room was extremely hot, so we had to leave. We had to go somewhere else. I think we went to the aunt's on my dad's side's house. So yeah. So yeah, that's the story of how our house almost got burnt down. So with that said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.